Alright guys, and welcome to Russia. It's been a while, I do apologise, making, well, other videos as you can probably see on the channel. But anyway, we are back with the Williams save, back in Russia, and hopefully back with a bang. Practice was disrupted by rain, which made it a bit hard to actually get the knowledge up as high as we would like on certain tyres. But all in all, I'm hoping for a good race. We've got a new set of brakes in George Russell's car, which means his old brakes now have gone to ILOT, and we do have a new front wing in the works. Let's get into qualifying. Fingers crossed it goes well for us. We're going to send Russell out first this weekend, get his lap time in. We haven't even checked the rain. It is going to rain. So we're going to send both out, actually. Have I made a mistake already? We'll come to that. It doesn't ever really stop. So we're going to try these. We're going to try the slick tyres at the moment in this weather. If it works, then I'm a genius. Just going to get Russell's in. Scissor in now. Russell's are in. Oh, we're not going to get his in, are we? We're going to try. Ah, just out. Just out for ILOT. We almost got his tyres in. Let's got his brakes in though. So we'll see whether that works out a little better. So George Russell is 4/10 off after sector 1. He's actually battling with the car, which isn't great. And the rain now coming back down, but these lap times could actually send us quite high up the grid. Russell does a 1:14.9, but obviously then Hamilton comes in with that 1:14.3. And then everybody else is seconds off. We could be starting second and third here, boys. With the rain, is there any other points where they could maybe compete with us? Maybe around the 5 minutes to go part, but we won't be heading back out. I can tell you that much right now. We won't be heading back out. I can't see Inters being quicker than what we've got right now. We've set a very good lap time there. And yeah, we let ILOT down. He just missed out on having perfect tyres. We did have perfect brakes, so it counteracts, I suppose. As the rain hits again, you see them come forward a bit quicker actually with Leclerc and Giovinazzi. That was a bit surprising. They've come close to actually pipping Russell and, well, ILOT, not necessarily Russell. And as it ticks away, the time, we will be starting second and third, I think, unless someone sets a lap time now. Nope, they're all on in laps. So second and third, that is not a bad qualifying session for us at all. Hamilton on pole, Russell second, ILOT third. Just build on it. Have a good start. We'll have a look what the rain's doing in the race. There's been rain in every session so far, so I can presume there's going to be rain in the race itself. And here we are now on race day. Is there going to be rain? There isn't rain up till about lap 25. So in that regard, we're okay. We're okay. Car setup is how we want it. Driver strategy, how we want it. Are they both going to be? So if it's going to stay dry, there's 33 laps. What are the tyres doing in terms of lappage? So that's 10 laps, 14 laps, 18 laps. I'm thinking soft. Could we do soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft? Or maybe just do soft, hard, soft. Either way, I'm happy to go with what we're going with now. come on, boys. So, your grid for the Russian Grand Prix. It's Lewis Hamilton on pole ahead of George Russell in second place. Callum Ilott starts third alongside Charles Leclerc in fourth. Giovinazzi starts fifth with Hulkenberg in sixth. The fourth row consists of Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. On the fifth row, we have Scott McLaughlin and Fernando Alonso. In 11th place, we have Kimi Raikkonen, and 12th is Max Verstappen. Guan Yu Zhou starts in 13th with Daniel Ricciardo in 14th. And on the 8th row, Pierre Gasly sits alongside Esteban Ocon. Felipe Drugovich starts 17th and Sergio Perez is 18th. And then Lando Norris starts 19th with Yuki Tsunoda in 20th. Here we go. It's big. We need a good start, boys. Get away well. Russell does. Ilott, not so much. But Russell is away, and he's away well, and he's right behind Hamilton, but Hamilton will probably start to pull away now. Ilott's got Leclerc all over him, but he's stayed in front. He's stayed in front for now. And as we come around this corner, now we'll start to see Hamilton, I presume, pull away, and Leclerc is past Ilott. Leclerc is past Ilott. And Leclerc is certainly looking quite fast so far early in this Grand Prix. Ilott sitting in fourth. Hulkenberg looking, can he get a move done? And now the DRS down here just to try and get some place back. Ilott has had a poor start. He's back up to fourth though with the DRS, and he's right behind Leclerc now. And Leclerc's using some ERS of his own to pull away from Ilott a little bit. And early on in the Grand Prix, Russell is second, and we're going to make Ilott conserve his tyres. So Ilott's on a different strategy. We're going to make him go a little longer than Russell, so he'll conserve his tyres. Or at least that's the plan. And George Russell is starting to lose sight of Lewis Hamilton out in front, which is what you'd expect. Lewis Hamilton's a very quick driver. You know, he's always pulling away. You're not going to stay with him all the time, unfortunately. It would be nice to be able to, but it's not possible. He's so quick. And look at him, he's gone. He is gone. He's completely in a different world in terms of pace. But George Russell is having an half-decent race at the moment, and Valtteri Bottas is showing the pace that is Merc has as well. In fourth place, he's made a really good start to this race. George Russell, 3.7 seconds behind Hamilton now, but he is also 3 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc, importantly. And as soon as it's time to pit, he will pit. And from pitting, he will go onto the hard tyre to then go on the soft tyre later on in the race. Callum Ilott is in sixth. Max Verstappen showing a bit of pace, but we use the DRS to get Ilott back ahead of Max Verstappen. And Leclerc's making a few ingrounds into George Russell now, and I think it'll be next lap we might pit George. I think we might pit George this lap. I think it's a decent time to pit him. He's opened his gap back up to 3.5 seconds. And we will pit him this lap. So he'll come in and he'll go on to the hard compound tyre. And we'll recharge his ERS up. And then Ilott will stay out that extra lap. He can now go on to neutral. He can go on to neutral and fight for this lap, because now he will come in for his set of hard compound tyres. And George Russell is in 12th place. And we need him to start showing his pace to get past some of these cars, and he is showing his pace to get past some of these cars. Insanely done from George Russell. He's up into 9th. on fresher tyres. The Sergio Perez troll trying to get past. And here comes Callum Ilott. Perez is in the pits this lap. So we won't have him harassing us for much longer. George, 6th place. Callum Ilott currently in 11th. And we're now on a long stint where we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Especially with Bottas. It's going to be interesting. The Bottas situation is very interesting. He's pitting now. We're using a bit of ERS. And we will be ahead of Valtteri Bottas. That's important. Leclerc is also ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Ilott isn't ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Not that we expected him to be. But all in all, we're 9.1 seconds off the lead. But Russell is in a very good position here to get another podium. He's in a very good position here to get another podium. Now, Bottas has dispatched of Leclerc. And George, when he pits, will be going to softs, I believe. We do have the option of going to mediums if it's not working out at the moment. But I don't see why it won't work out. I do not see why it won't work out. George just needs to keep his pace. We're going to speed it up a little bit because we are at a point where we are now just waiting for that the next pit stop, essentially. We're literally just driving around waiting to have the next pit stop. And with Valtteri Bottas, we need to make sure that we can keep him behind us. Callum Ilott has got McLaughlin right behind him. And George Russell is doing his bit, and Ilott is doing what he can to keep McLaughlin behind. We'll slow back down a little bit now. So as we hit this point, George has 42% of his tyres left. And he has Bottas, who's reeling him in slowly. Although those medium tyres of Bottas certainly look like they're getting a bit more punishment at the moment than George's hards. Now, if it does come down to a sprint, Verstappen's pitting this lap. Verstappen cannot go to softs on this lap. So he will have to go to hards, won't he, Verstappen? No, he's gone to mediums again. Did he start on softs, Verstappen? He must have done. And as we're going around 36 and 33, I'm thinking I might have to go on to mediums potentially here. We may well have to go on to mediums. Ilott's in 4th. We're going to use these tyres until right to the grain here because I want to go to softs. I'm just going to put that out there. I want to go to softs. We might have to go on to conserve to be able to go on to softs. But I do want to go to softs. I can't stand the idea that maybe we're going to have to go onto mediums. That scares me. And Bottas is now threatening, and he is past. No, it's not Bottas. It's Lewis. Lewis was threatening. Lewis got past. 9 to 11 laps. I say, let's go for it. Come on, George. Lewis is there for the taking. Well, he's not. He's going to be way up the road, but we are going to be on the faster tyre. And the gap between us and Ilott, for me, bring it on. I can do a double stop, and I'm doing a double stop. So, pit. Both of you. Pit. So here he is. It's a perfect stop. Callum Ilott. It's a perfect stop. As soon as he's out this pit, use that ERS. Let's go. Right. You're going on to conserve because I do know that you're not great with your tyres. You will see how the first few laps fare with you, George. I'm hoping it might just go well here. We may just fly. We need you to fly. We need you to get back past Verstappen. On faster tyres, I can't see why you wouldn't be able to. We'll go back to George, who is, yeah, right behind Max Verstappen in third place. Valtteri Bottas behind George. Can George make the move on Verstappen on the faster tyre? He's going to keep going. He's going to keep looking. But that straight line speed. And Valtteri is round the outside. As he no, George holds him off just about. And as we're going now, George, do not let this podium slip through your fingers. Please. Callum Ilott is in 6th place. He's got McLaughlin behind him. He's very racy. And Bottas is all over the back of George here. And Max is doing everything to fend away. I think he's proper driving like a maniac to try and keep George behind because his tyres are going. Now my only hope is his tyres hit a wall. If his tyres hit a wall, then we might be able to jump him. Because I think Bottas is inevitably going to get past George at some point. Using a few percent of ERS is never, and this is where it's going to happen. And Bottas is past George, and right now, dreams of a podium seem a million miles away. And yeah, they're going. Both of them are going. That's really frustrating. Ilott's been taken by McLaughlin as well, and he's under threat now from Sebastian Vettel, who's pitted. So now he's not under threat from Sebastian Vettel. And Russell isn't losing these cars in front. He's not losing them. We're just going to use everything on these tyres. We're going to use it all on this lap. Because we've got to. Same for you. We've got to use everything on these tyres. But the straight line speed is where we've lost it here. Verstappen will use the RS to defend, and he will keep his podium place. George, 4th place finish. Callum Ilott comes home in 7th place. Started 2nd and 3rd. You get 4th and 7th. It's disappointing, but all in all, it's more points for us. And the teams behind us, like AlphaTauri, well, they're just falling more and more behind us, so it's fine. Yeah, really disappointed. I thought Russell might be able to get back past Verstappen, especially since Verstappen was on the medium tyre. The undercut worked wonders in the end, and Verstappen and Bottas both passed Russell to get themselves a podium place. Just checking the car, there shouldn't be anything wrong with it. No rules broken, and there we are. So George finished 4th, Callum Ilott 7th. That's 18 points to us in total. George clinging on to that 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. 152 points for the season, which is insane. And Callum Ilott moves on to 22 points for the season. He's starting to become a bit more frequent in scoring points, which is fantastic to see. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, we are as comfortable as it can be in 3rd place. 233 points. We are 100 points ahead of 4th and 102 points off 2nd. So we are quite happy with where we are, it's fair to say. With upgrades now being made for the car, we've got a lot to be positive about. This car's going to get better, it's going to get faster. We're going to be a hell of a lot more competitive at the front of the grid. That World Championship will come. I'm confident of that. In the future, we will get that World Championship. These two, I believe, are the drivers that will deliver it. Another 2.4 million coming in. So that boosts us back up to 42 million. Basically the money I spent over the break. And there we have it. We are back with a bang. Another double points finish. Callum Ilott starting to find his form in a Williams car. George Russell, just excellent as he has been all season. It's Singapore next up. I'll see you there. If you're enjoying the series, drop us a like, give a subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in Singapore.